Look, folks, if you are anything like me, you probably are getting tired of subpoenas and investigations and no charges, not one perp walking, nobody in jail. However, you do need these investigations to make criminal referrals. And if you find enough of them, the DOJ has to prosecute something. But Joe Scarborough can barely bear the thought of that, though.
But the one thing we do know, Jonathan Lemire, is this is extraordinarily stupid. It's extraordinarily stupid on so many counts. If you look at the timeline doesn't add up.
I mean, that's the guy who's basically been wrong about everything. What did we hear from the last 8 years from these libs when they were going after Trump? Oh, it's just the process. Let it play out. Well, Joe, this is the process. Just let it play out, right? James Comer has basically subpoenaed everybody that is a household name and released the dates for their appearances. You got Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Merrick Garland, James Comey, Trump's AG, both Bill Barr and Jeff Sessions, former U.S. attorneys Alberto Gonzales, Robert Mueller, former U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch, and Eric Holder. All for, drumroll please, evidence pertaining to the Epstein case. While it's like the third thing on the list that I would have subpoenaed them for, I really can't wait to hear some of these testimonies. Oh, look, you don't want to show up? Well, throw them in jail like the Dems did to Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro. Want to plead the fifth? Well, the House can vote to compel you to answer or hold you in contempt for that with just a simple majority. Have fun, Dems. But here's the bigger question. Why did this take so long? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love that they're doing this, but why have we taken this long to get these subpoenas? And why does James Comer have to subpoena Pam Bondi and the Republican DOJ for information, which he did today? Why wouldn't they just hand this stuff over? I thought we were all on the same side, right? More importantly, where are all the subpoenas on all the other stuff? Like Bondi did just convene a grand jury for this Russiagate stuff, but that testimony will never see the light of day. You know it. Where's the grand jury for the fact that Joe Biden and his whole family had a suspicious amount of loan repayments that Comer already proved? I mean, test the auto pens, Pam. Let's do this. Those pardons might not be valid. Look, I have all but given into the fact that this stuff, most of it in D.C. is just like kabuki theater and no one's ever going to go to, sorry, not no one. No Democrat will ever go to jail. Let me correct myself there. But at least with these hearings, we get answers. All this stuff we said was happening for years, and we were told every day that we were crazy. Every day, we're turning out to be right. The more we find out, the more we learn that Trump was unjustly targeted by the deep state. So honestly, look, I'm to the point now that even if no one goes to, yes, I want people to go to jail, but even if nobody goes to jail, make it rain, Comer. But let me tell you, if I was interrogating these people, this would be a pay-per-view event. And since it's on the Epstein files, I would at least start off with that. Hey, Hillary, Bill, real quick, just a quick question. Tell me about how and why Epstein became a co-founder of the Clinton Global Initiative with you. Oh, you refute that? Really? Then, why was it part of his testimony in that plea deal that he did that also, Bill, explain how you went to his island 6 times that we know about. What were you doing there? Oh, you don't want to answer that? What about that weird painting of you in a blue dress that was involved in all this stuff? And while I got you here, Bill and Hillary, since it's my committee, so I can do whatever I want, let me just take a walk down memory lane, Hillary, to Benghazi. Yeah, those 4 Americans are still dead, and no one was held accountable.
The fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make?
Makes a big difference, especially when you sent Susan Rice out there to reinforce that it was some stupid YouTube video when it had nothing to do with that and you knew it. 13 years later, I still haven't forgotten about it. So how about the fact that you skated on having classified material on a server in your basement? Why did you do that, Hillary? Why does the law not apply to you? And most importantly, actually, who specifically did you instruct to collude with and when you were trying to make up the fact that Trump was in bed with Russia, both literally and figuratively? Was that because you were trying to distract from your classified server? Again, you're under oath. Or was it to deter from the fact that you sold 20% of American uranium to Russia? I'm just asking, again, under oath. Oh, that's you, right? Yeah? With that stupid Russian reset button, all buddy-buddy with them? I mean, who knew and when did they know that the Russian dossier was all garbage with Trump? And while we're on that, we'll just pan the cameras right over to Merrick Garland. Did you know before or after Robert Mueller asked you to expand the scope of the Russia investigation that was all bogus and it was a complete political hit job? I mean, Mueller, same question to you. When did you know the entire Russia investigation that you billed taxpayers $40 million for was all BS? Was it before or after you have to expand the scope and basically do whatever you wanted with this and investigate anybody you want at all? But Merrick Garland, back to you. Was this before or after you designated parents speaking at school board meetings as domestic terrorists? I mean, like, whose idea was that? Was that yours? What exactly were you looking for when you raided Mar-a-Lago? And don't hide behind Jack Smith. He's also under investigation. Oh, by the way, since we're here for the Epstein files, how come you guys didn't investigate this at all while you were in office? And where are those files, by the way? Because there were a bunch. There's a pretty rigorous documentation process for the chain of custody at the FBI and the DOJ. So if they're not there, who destroyed them and when? I mean, somebody had to have checked them out of evidence at some point. Maybe we can get that person in here. Oh, are you covering for Epstein because he might have been a foreign asset, or that the fact that Washington might actually implode if we know the truth? I mean, inquiring minds of give or take 51% of the country want to know. Got to ask the same question to James Comey, but I really want to ask him about this.
Our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case.
Why not? I mean, well, we know you're not a reasonable prosecutor after spelling 8647 in seashells, so maybe we should just revisit your dereliction of duty there. Go ahead and turn over your finances. Because, James, I'm just curious to know how you were getting $200,000 a speech after leaving office, considering that's more than your previous annual salary. And it's more than most presidents get paid for speeches after they leave office. Oh, and by the way, how did you secure a $2 million publication deal for your book? Was that publication company recently given any federal contracts? But also, why would the top law enforcement official take a book deal with a company whose parent company admitted to bribery and had a 6-year ban from the World Bank? I'm just asking for a friend, but remember, James, you're under oath. I see they got Bill Barr on there. What a letdown this guy was. Why did you not prosecute anyone after Mueller's report? Huh, Bill? That investigation was found to be completely meritless. They got Loretta Lynch on there and Eric Holder on the list. Eric Holder probably won't show up. I mean, he's been held in contempt of Congress before and nothing happened. So why would he show up now? Because, you know, Loretta Lynch, just real quick while I got you here, I want to recap. Can you tell us what happened when you met with Hillary Clinton on the tarmac during her email investigation? You remember that, right? In a private plane while your Justice Department was investigating her. Care to answer that? No? Look, there's a ton of other people I'd like to see on this list. Yes, they've got the main players, but the people who actually did the deeds at the direction of those players are the ones I really want to hear from. Squeeze them. Susan Rice, Valerie Jarrett, Mark Elias. I want to know Rodney Joff, Julia Garganas, Vin Nguyen, key players in the Russiagate and the Alpha Bank smear. I mean, how about Adam? I have seen the evidence shift.
I can tell you that the case is more than that, and I can't go into the particulars, but there is more than circumstantial evidence now. So, again, I think...
So you have seen direct evidence of collusion?
I don't want to go into specifics, but I will say that there is evidence that is not circumstantial and is very much worthy of investigation. So that is what we ought to do.
Jamie Raskin, the entire J6 committee, I mean, test those pardons. I mean, the whole thing was a joke. Oh, yeah. Where did you see that evidence there, Adam Schiff? Tell me exactly what it was. Where did you see it? This is not going away. None of our appetite has gone away with any of this, regardless of the amount of time passed. I'm not moving on because these political hacks did the craziest and most illegal stuff that's so insane that it's not even legally fathomable. And now, for now, they appear to have gotten away with it. That's the only way we're going to stop in the future, is if you crush the ones who did it in the past. You know, it's a weird concept. It's like this Law and Order thing. And if and when they don't answer, why don't we just raid their house in the middle of the night? That's how it's done, right? Oh, Carl, that's not how we do. Yes, it is how we do things. That's exactly how we did things for the last 4 years. And just because we're not going to send anyone to jail, we might as well inflict a bunch of legal pain on them, just like they did to conservatives. Maybe they'll stop.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.